this is a pre-recording, so this is not a live stream. And I did this before, right? So I don't know what happened to that particular video, but I just want you guys to know um, that living a positive life and a positive existence is possible. But there are elements that people need to know about, and that is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding what faith is, right? So, with all that being said, this particular episode of um, the White Man Burden of Lies and Deceit show, or the WMB show, is about positivity and what that means and how you can apply it to your life. And so, with all of that being said, let's get at it, right? You know what time it is? It is the WMB show. All right, welcome. And today is the 12th of May, and we're just going to be talking about positivity and how to overcome whatever odds that are in your way to help you understand where, um, you know, the promised land is at. It's not in Israel, the country, nor any other place um, on the planet. It's right between your ears. And the more you water it, that 3 pound mass of gelatin we call a brain, with knowledge and understanding and wisdom, the more you get out of it, you guys. This is the total point. That everything that is going on in your life, either you caused it directly or indirectly. And you must understand, and I'm not speaking off the cuff. I'm not speaking from a book. I'm speaking from the heart. And I truly want you guys to understand what this life is about, as far as I am concerned, and what I've been able to surmise from it. You know, I'll be 46 years old this year, and I'm getting on to the older side now. So it's important for me to take the seat of the ancestors and to really pass it on. And I really want people to feel what I'm saying, to understand what I'm saying, to know what I am saying, and to relate to it, because it's not, life is not a hard proposition to understand. You're going to live and you're going to die. But the worst part of life is not dying. Um, it's about allowing things to die in you, your hopes, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. We've all been there. We've all had levels of doubt that seem to grow like weeds. And if you're around people who manifest doubt within you, you don't need them. You need to be the CEO of your life and fire them. I don't care if they're part of your family or they're part of uh, your clique or whatever the case may be. But you need to have the most positive environment possible. Period. Um, Outside of that, let's really get into the heart and soul and meat and bones of positivity. So, like I was saying, the promised land is between your ears. Now, I can, tell you that. I can direct you to that well of thought, but you need to really accept it. Period. There's no if, there's no and, there's no buts. You need to come to understand what faith is, and I'm going to get into that, like right now. Uh, you know, when I was younger, someone taught me how to tie my shoes and ride a bike, right? So someone had to plant a seed of faith the size of a mustard seed in my mind. Think about that. I had to believe first before I knew, because I didn't know how to ride a bike or tie my shoe, right? And neither did you and every other kid that comes up. Everyone learned how to maintain and to find their balance when riding a bike. And life is like a bike. There are rules to life, just as there are physical laws of life. You know, you can't go up to a building and jump off and think you're going to fly. That doesn't make any sense. You know fully well what's going to happen. You're going to injure yourself. You're going to possibly die. So just as there are physical laws, there are spiritual laws. You just cannot do what you want to do and not suffer the consequences of it. Because quite honestly, you know, life consists of ups and downs, ins and outs, life and death, the opposites. Think about all of the opposites that are out there. Poverty, richness. But the ultimate goal is to acquire the gems of life, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You think about that for a minute. People have knowledge of wearing a seatbelt. Um, Wisdom tells you to put it on, and the understanding is that it can save your freaking life. But you know, you find a lot of people with a lot of book knowledge. And they don't know how to discern, you know, between that knowledge and the wisdom, the application of putting it in the seatbelt on, and the understanding that you get that it can save your life quite literally. Now, with all of that being said, let me get back to what faith is. I mean, there are two sides of the coin of faith. You need to believe, and if you don't believe, you need to at least know that you can make it. Period. Now, the strength of your faith is based on those two elements, those two sides of the coin. You need to know and you need to believe. And once you believe, there is no doubt, there is no way in the world that you cannot believe and you knowing how to tie your shoes. Yeah, excuse the noise. I'm doing this podcast early in the morning. It's like 7:30 here in the Dominican Republic. But you know, people are getting up, going around, and doing what they got to do. And that was a motorbike going by. But excuse that for a second more, and now they're gone. So yeah, I mean, doubt doesn't creep up in your mind when you put it on your shoes, put it on your clothes, tying your shoes, or even riding a bike or getting on a moped or whatever, a motorbike, or driving your car. You know what the hell you're doing. You know how to do it. You know how to go from point A to point B. Think about that. And we're going to get into a lot of the positive images that I got that I want to speak on. And there's a little bit over 30 of them. Um, but to really have the impact that I want to have for this segment of the show that's going to be uploaded onto the channel, the WMB show channel. And I really want to have an impact with you guys. You know, I mean, this is not just my show. This is your show too. This is where you can come onto the show and speak your truth to the world. If you have a book, or if you have a song, if you have a dance routine or something, whatever it is, or an invention that you discovered, come on to the show and let's talk about it. You know, you never know who's going to listen or who's going to be listening that can help you. And hopefully, and I know over time, we're going to have the ability to invest in people's ideas, whatever they may be, and help them to bring into fruition their dreams, their hope, their desires, their goals. And that's the ultimate purpose of this. So, um, getting back to faith, you know, I've experienced a lot, and I've gone through whatever fire I needed to go through in order to make it to where I am right now. I can tell you about it, but for you to be able to know it, you have to be me. And then I have to be you in order to understand where you're coming from and what fire you had to go through. Right off the top of my head, I know of one guy that I have a lot of respect for, Dave Pelzer. He wrote the book A Boy Called It and a Man Named Dave. It's a great book. I mean, it filled my eyes up with tears. I mean, I couldn't understand how he could not, internalize all of that pain and hurt that he got from his mother. His mother never called him Dave. He always called him It, and she fed him food that a dog wouldn't eat. But instead of internalizing all of that pain, all of that hurt, he turned it around and understood that his mother was coming from a whole different place. A whole different place. A whole different place. A place of negativity, a place of hurt. Perhaps, people have done her that way and she felt like, well, that's normal. I'm going to do my son that way. But now Dave Pelzer, the author of the book, a boy called It and a Man Named Dave, is now a well-known author and a speaker making millions of dollars a year, telling his story, telling his truth, speaking his truth to power. I don't know what's going on with this. I'm hoping that that little thing, yeah, I think that'll be it. Jeez. Um, so I have a green screen behind me and everything, so it's a little bit of a blur above my head there. But to getting back to the whole gist of what I was saying is that everyone had their story, and everyone need to climb to the mountaintop of their life in order to see the promised land that is waiting for them. Period. And I believe in me, and I believe in you. But do you believe in you? Believing and knowing is part of the faith coin. But also you need to be aware that you can do it, but will you do it? The will to overcome it all. And, I can remember reading a story of a young man, it doesn't matter whether he's black or white or whatever the case may be, but he went 12 years of heart aches and pain. He didn't have a family behind him. He didn't have a mother and father behind him. He didn't have a place to stay at night. This young man, and I'm just taken aback by his stick-to-itiveness. This man was living in the streets, studied at night, along with pimps and whores and prostitutes and drug addicts. Studied at night under the streetlights, and during the day he would sleep. And to make a long story short, he obtained and got a full-ride scholarship at Harvard. Now, I don't know what went through his mind that made him say, well, I'm not going to give up. This young man had all kinds of, I guess, opportunities or a situation to say, fuck it. I'm just going to be out here doing what I got to do in order to survive, robbing people, whatever. There was a greater sense of his humanity, of his stick-to-itiveness, of his positivity that is beyond a person's wildest imagination, because you really don't know what you can do until your back is against the wall. Period. You're going to either come out fighting or you're going to die, physically speaking. Or you're going to allow your hope and your dreams to go the way of, I don't know, to hell and back and just say, forget it. You're going to work at McDonald's for 50 years, retire, and die. But, there's a quote that says, 95% of the people are working for the 5% who never gave up on their dreams. Don't be the 95%. Don't ever give up. Don't ever believe that you cannot make it. You can. You just have to find a way to do it. You must do it for the sake of your kids, for the sake of your family, and for the sake of humanity, and becoming one of the many, many lights of inspiration that's out here to say that, yeah, this person went through that. I'm not going through nothing in comparison to what that person had to go through to make it. I can make it. I will make it so long as I stay true to what the core values are for me. And to be honest with you, the core values of humanity is really simple. It's for everybody that has the same core value: character, the virtues, character, integrity, frugality, resoluteness, you name it. And when you can allow that to shine and to be an example for others to follow, you're going to have a lot of people coming to you. Because people need visionaries. People need positive images. People need to know that your story, even though it might be worse than their story, that they can make it. But will they make it? It all depends on them. And that's where the difference is. Will you make it? Will you stick it out? Will you survive the storm of your life, whatever it may be? You may have people in your family who tell you you ain't shit, and so on and so forth, or whatever the case may be. But, like I said, you need to fire those people. You need to let them go, because if they're not within the positive circumstances and situations in your life, and they're adding dead weight or negativity to your life, you need to let them go. Period. Have peace of mind, of soul. That is the most important thing. That don't mean you're not going to associate with your family or your friends that are negative. It's a hi and bye. Hi, how are you? Bye, see you later. That's it. I got them in my own family. So, I'm just going to be honest, I've gotten rid of them. You know what I mean? So it's not about feeling hurt or being hurt. It's about positivity, and it is about allowing your true light of self to really shine, because it cannot shine with clouds of other people's negativity over your head. You need to move yourself from out of that situation and put yourself in the light of the God of you. The God of Isaiah, me, is different from the God of, whatever your name may be. I speak my truth to power: political power, economic power, social power, and spiritual religious power. Because I know for a fact that this show is going to be huge. I know for a fact that, my book, The White Man's Burden, is going to be a bestseller on Amazon. I am speaking it into existence. Why do I know all of this? Because I stand on what is true and what is just and what is right. And when you are doing what's right, right will follow you throughout all the days of your life. People will come to you. And to be honest, hate is $1 billion business worldwide, especially in America. I mean, we got Trump in office, the dumbest president ever, Mr. Con Man himself. And this bespeaks a lot in regard to how people are associating themselves with negativity as if it's something cool to do, or it's cool to treat people like Trump did with Trump University. It's not cool. You lose in the end. And when you are participating in the evil to whatever degree, 1% to 99%, you're gonna reap the consequences of that evil, negativity, whatever the case may be. Always, ALWAYS, and always, ALLWAYS, destroy the person, the people, the nation, and the world if you allow it. So this is why I say that the new 1% is the 99% of the people who are, dismissive of this given situation that is going on in America, the racial hatred, the economic blight that is going on with a lot of people's lives, and in corporate America, where guys are taking advantage of women, and the whole nine. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And why? Because they're getting away with it. Why? Because there's no accountability. Why? Because the people have not gotten to the point where they said enough is enough. And this is what I'm talking about. I mean, political action committees is what I am really looking forward to doing, and lobbying for a better America. But we're going to get into that. That's something that we're going to speak on next week. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we're going to be focusing in on political, economic, social, and spiritual issues. And on Monday is Inspiration Monday, where we're talking about positive people doing positive things, overcoming their negative environment, whatever that may have been, and succeeding beyond their wildest dream. Being an example for other people to say that, hey, yeah, you can do it, but will you do it? It all depends on that particular person. And Fridays, we do have an episode of that. The first episode is already uploaded onto the channel, the WMB show, Freak Out Fridays, where we just have a time to relax throughout the week after dealing with a lot of negativity and other things that's going on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and after being inspired on Monday. So, I think that particular episode is going to really hit people and take people out the game. It's an opportunity for us to really laugh and to really sit back and just have a good laugh on people, or different memes or videos that I will focus in on. So laughing is a good medicine. It really is. Um, like I said, I got a little bit over 30 of the positive images that I really want to kind of like go through now and uh, share with you those images and how impactful they are. So this is the first one. Truth is truth even if no one believes it. A lie is a lie even if everyone believes it. I think that's pretty easy to understand. Stand on truth, people. It's like Moses drawing the line in the sand. And you're either going to believe in lies, or you're going to stand on the side of what is right, just, and true. And when you're standing on what God is all about, truth, knowledge, and understanding, and wisdom, you can see better. You can see further. It's like driving in a car, and your window is dirty. That's what lies are. You can't see. But when you begin to use your window wipers and your fluid of truth, it cleans it. It allows you to be able to see. And the other thing, the headlights, if you were driving at night, you don't need to see the whole entire distance that you are traveling. You just turn on your headlights, and I think headlights go out about maybe 500 feet. That's it. The road will reveal itself to you as you go. All right. So Number one, truth is truth even if no one believes it. A lie is a lie even if everyone believes it. Listen to your own voice, your own soul. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Again, this is pretty self-explanatory. Listen to your first mind. Your first mind ain't wrong. It has never been wrong if you tell the truth about it. And and follow your gut, follow your instinct. Number three, the strongest factor for success is self-esteem. Believing you can do it, believing you deserve it, and believing you will get it. Let me kind of explain it a little bit better. Maybe this way you'll get it. Um, what was I going to say? uh, Let me read this again. It says the strongest factor for success is self-esteem. Believing you can do it, believing you deserve it, and believing you will get it. So yeah, that's what I was going to say. The road to manifesting your dream to reality is thinking it first, speaking it into existence, and then the catalyst that brings it into a manifested state is your actions. Thinking, speaking it into existence with other people that of like mind that are on the same page as you that want to do the same thing. It might be a hot dog stand, and you have a group of friends, and you're thinking about it, and you're thinking about the name that you want to use, and you got your group together of your investors and your partners, and then now you put all of the pieces together to make it happen. Action is the catalyst that bring things into existence in your life that you want to appear in your life. So think it, speak it into existence, and then manifest it through your actions. Because faith without work, it did. I mean, you can't do anything if you I can say I'm going to finish high school, which is a 4-year journey, but if I never go, I will never finish high school. So my actions of going every day and of studying and passing the tests and doing all these other things will allow me to manifest that into existence. Simple. Okay, number 4. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Now, Maya Angelou passed away, a great lady. I never knew her personally. I wish I had. But she had her own personal fire. I believe she was a prostitute at one point in her life, if I'm not mistaken. And that can be verified through Google. But your past does not determine what is going on with you right now. Does anybody remember a TV series called Rock? A great actor, man. A black guy in ROC, and it was really popular. I liked it. But this guy went to prison, and he found his calling, and that was acting. He's a great actor, man. When you look at oh my God, what's the guy's name? You probably know what it is. As I'm thinking about it, then it's gonna come to me. But he starred in a lot of movies. Oh my, oh wow. But it's gonna come to me. But hold on for a second. But his life was instrumental in saying that you can make it. He was a crack addict, and his wife never left him. She believed in him. She spoke life into his existence constantly. When people were saying, "Forget him, he'll never make it. He's a loser. He's a drug addict." But he found his calling. As a matter of fact, he played a drug addict, and I think one of Spike Lee joint. Oh my God, I don't even believe that I can't uh, see his think of his name. But when it does, it'll come to me, and then I'll mention it. Um, he played the cab driver in the movie with Demi Moore's husband. I'm getting kind of old in here. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember. Um, but when his name comes to me, I'll mention it. But this is number 4. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. All right, number 5. Well, I kind of messed that one up. Let me move this out of the way here. Okay. It says one cannot be prepared for something while secretly believing it will not happen. Nelson Mandela. Now, that's another thing. I have my own personal feelings about Nelson Mandela, and we'll get to that through the week. I'm gonna notate that. Um, but the man overcame a lot, you know. Um, and he was a figure for the ANC in South Africa and going through the apartheid thing and ultimately getting his freedom. And to be honest, it wasn't because of nonviolent action. Cuba helped South Africa get its freedom, if you can believe that, and that's true. You know what I mean? A bullet and a gun pointing at you says a lot. And Castro played an instrumental role in getting the so-called white coffers off of um, the backs of black people in South Africa. But we're going to get into that, and that's another story as well. Um, so one cannot be prepared for something while secretly believing it will not happen. You must believe that it's going to happen. You must know that it's going to happen, and that each and every day that you get up, you are moving forward. I don't care if you move forward 1 mile, 1 inch, 1 centimeter, keep moving. It says break the chains and free your mind. Break the chains and free your mind. I think that's what it says. Let me put that over here. Yeah, and free your mind. Right. Sorry about that. I think every now and then I'm gonna have to make sure that I check these and get my fat head out of the way. But yeah, break the chains of negativity and free your mind. Allow it to be what it's supposed to be. Free from negativity, free from anxiety, free from doubt. And that's another thing too. Doubt is the parent of the 7 deadly sins: greed, gluttony, sloth, envy, pride, wrath, and lust. One or a combination of those 7 deadly sins, along with doubt, can truly turn your world upside down. So remember that. I mean, you are constantly fighting, and there's a war within each and every one of us, like 2 wolves fighting for control of you. The good wolf of virtues and the bad wolf of the 7 deadly sins. Which wolf wins is the one you feed. So it must be a cognitive and conscious effort to make sure that you are feeding the wolf, the good wolf of virtues, character, integrity, frugality, resoluteness, responsibility. You name it. I mean, Google virtues. You'll see a whole list. I don't know how many virtues there are, but I think the most important virtue is kindness. People, if you can exhibit kindness, that will draw a lot of people to you. And that's the power of God. All right. Number 7, fear has two meanings: forget everything and run, and face everything and rise. The choice is yours. So it is. The choice is yours. The choice is mine. The choice is everybody's. And I know life can, throw a hammer or a wrench into your shit. And you're like, oh man, not again. Oh, I can't do it. I gotta give up. It's not gonna happen. Blah 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 blah. But let me tell you about a story, and you can Google this guy. He's probably on YouTube telling his whole story. And Jack Ma, he's the founder of a Google-like search engine in China. And the man went through hell. I like, God, what? You experienced all of that and you still stuck to your guns? You never gave up? Google him, Jack Ma, Jackma, a Chinese guy. And his life story is just awesome. He never gave up. Fear, face everything and rise, or face everything and run. It's your choice. Now, I'm going to run this, and it's just a little bit of a promo for the show. Now, if you like the show and you like what you are hearing right now, then please subscribe and touch the bell so you can get notification of when the next show will be. And like I said, we're going to be running or live streaming coming Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Monday through Friday. And like I said, Mondays are Inspiration Mondays. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we're going to be discussing social, economic, political, and spiritual issues. And about my book as well, The White Man's Burden of Lies and Deceit. We're going to get into that and in detail. And eventually we're going to have co-hosts and our resident experts on our history throughout the world, not just in America, but throughout the world, and how our impact has truly manifested itself to the greater good, the summum bonum of humanity, and how black people are the father and mother of humanity, of everyone, and that everyone is black in this world, whether we want to believe that or not. And the way in which this world is now focused on race, which doesn't exist, is a total lie. So like we were just discussing, either you're going to believe the lie, in which a lot of people believe it, or the truth, in which a small portion of people believe it. But the truth is the truth, and a lie is a lie. And we need to reorient our minds, hearts, and souls around the truth, that the black man and the black woman is the parent or of humanity, and we are the parent of humanity, and we gave the world all of its moral compasses, integrity, frugality, resoluteness, and we taught this to the world. Not to say that we're superior in any other way, but we are superior in the sense that we mastered ourselves, and not in the way in which a lot of white people like to think that they are superior because of their skin color. That's a lot of baloney and malarkey. Black people are the most superior people on the face of the planet, not because that we are black, but because we mastered ourselves. And when you are a master of yourself, you don't harbor hate. You don't harbor ignorance. You don't harbor foolishness. We understood, and our ancestors understood the power of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We understood the power of letting go of negativity, of hate, unlike our white brother and sister or our sons and daughters, which we brought into this world. And so when you let go of negativity and free your mind, as we just stated, you become a god and you build pyramids. Now that we are searching for God outside of ourselves, we're building churches. So we need to really go back in time and to really listen and learn from our ancestors because they are speaking out to us. And I'm hoping that they are speaking through me to you as we speak right now. Because we are more than what we have become. And we must become the light of which our ancestors have lit a long time ago. Period. Um, so like I said, and with this scrolling across the screen, please subscribe to the channel. You can also, if you like what you are hearing, support it as well. We have a PayPal link below the description box, as well as the Patreon. So either way it goes, it will help in making this studio better than what it is right now. And I'm the only one, working the controls because I'm looking down right now and making sure that the audio and video and the camera and all that other stuff is working appropriately. All right, we're going to move on to number 8. Alrighty. Here we go. Wow. Please excuse this. So we're going to move this over here. And we're going to close it down. So it says you can get fired from a job, but you can't get fired from your gift. So find your gift, and you will always have work. And, that's another thing, too. Happiness means doing the thing or things in your life that give you meaning, purpose, sense of direction, and fulfillment. Let me say that again. Happiness means doing the thing or things in your life that give you meaning, purpose, sense of direction, and fulfillment. Because when you have those 4 elements, you become happy when you are doing what you love to do. I mean, you could be the next Mrs. Field, the cookie, or the black guy who came out with the cookie, Famous Amos. You never know. Do it. Don't harbor any doubt within you. Live your dream. Live your goal. Set your goal. Go after them with all your heart, soul, and mind. And it will manifest itself. It may not manifest itself in the way that you think, and that's why you must be open. You see, if I go through life with a bald fist, and this is my fist, everything that I started out with is what I will end up with. Nothing gets in and nothing gets out. But if I open my hand to the world and allow the world to see that, Isaiah is sharing this, that, and the other, Isaiah is open, that all of God's blessings can come to you. Don't walk around like a bald fist. Open your hand, open your heart, open your mind, open your soul, and allow people to see you butt naked. Open, honest, sincere. Open, honest, sincere, and they will come. Believe me, I know. Watch this show. It's going to really, really take off. Now, excuse me, I don't know how or why this is happening, but we're going to just fix that really quickly. It says, never lose yourself while trying to hold on to someone who doesn't care about losing you. Like I said earlier, you are the CEO of your own life. You need to fire people. If they don't give a damn about you, why are you giving a damn about them? I don't give a damn if they're part of your family or not, part of your close friends or not. Fire their asses and get them out of your life. You need peace of mind, heart, and soul. Period. Be yourself, accept yourself, value yourself, forgive yourself, bless yourself, express yourself, trust yourself, and this is the one that really sticks out. Love yourself, empower yourself. Be yourself, accept yourself, value yourself, forgive yourself, bless yourself, express yourself, trust yourself, love yourself, empower yourself. No, I don't think I need to kind of explain that. That's pretty self-explanatory. So we're going to move on. All right, well, when it's all said and done, you're getting your ass up in that tomb, or you might get turned into dust, and incinerated. Well, whatever the case may be, we're all going to live and go through the stages of life and jump our asses into that into that coffin. But that's not the sad part. The sad part is about allowing things to die in you. Your hope, your dreams, your goals. Don't allow them to die in you, and all you get at the end of your life is a silver pen and 40 years of working at McDonald's. You know what I'm trying to say. And this one, excuse it again. We're going to move it over and lock it back down. It says, I don't care what you think of me unless you think I'm awesome, in which case you're right. Carry on. Now I like the cat, and I like cats better than dogs, because they can go to the litter box and do what they got to do, and you scoop it out, and it's cool. But I really believe in the why are you caring about what people think of you, and especially when it's negative. Who cares? Move on. And then we're gonna move this guy over. I don't know what the heck happened, but it's good. I think people can see the humanness of this show and how things can just go wrong. Murphy's law is always at its best. But we deal with it. We go through the problems and we correct them. Oh, and that's another thing. Problems are very easy to get into and hard as shit to get out of. So avoid problems. Think before you do. So now this guy, he says a good guy, Cameron Lyle, University of New Hampshire athlete, asked to choose between donating bone marrow to a total stranger with leukemia or competing in the championship he worked toward for 8 long years. He ended his athletic career to save a stranger's life. Wow. Good guy, man. I can't, explain it. Now you talking about acts of kindness to a stranger, not even a family member, not even a friend. This was a complete stranger, and he gave up his lifelong goal of 8 years of training to compete in the championship to save a person's life. What can I say? I mean, the guy is phenomenal. It says confidence is beautiful, no matter your size, no matter your weight. Be confident in who you are, and you'll be beautiful. Hell, I'm confident in who I am and what I'm doing right now. And I know this show is going to be a hit, a success, and along with a lot of other things that I'm doing as well in the book. So I know as long as I am speaking truth into existence, standing on what is right and true, I will be delivered to the promised land. You got that part? Did you hear what I just said? As long as you are standing on what is true, what is right, and what is just, you will make it to the promised land of your dreams and manifest them into reality. Okay, I think, hold on, I'm going to move this over because this is just ridiculous. I don't know how this is happening. All right, so people don't want the truth. They want to be comfortable. And that's basically true. You know, if you look at Trump and how he, got over being the Pied Piper of lies. The man is a con man. The man is coming from a con family. Shit. Uh, if I remember correctly, his father was part of the KKK or some bullshit. You know, you can Google the guy's family. There's no secret here. That a disgusting person, a disgusting father, a disgusting husband, and he's the president of the United States. Go figure. Hell, I can become president of the United States and do a hell of a better job than this idiot. But that's another story. A speaker of truth has no friends. Now, ain't that the truth? Rock bottom, hitting rock bottom, being at rock bottom has built way more champions than privilege coming from a family of connections and money and everything. And that's true. It's hard but fair, sad but true. Uh, People who, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, you can probably Google this, but if I remember correctly, that the majority of people who are rich came from nothing. The majority of people who are rich came from nothing. They were at rock bottom. And if you look at all of the major corporations that are out there, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, IBM, all of these people started with absolutely nothing but a dream, a thought, thinking it, speaking it into existence, and manifesting it. And now Google is a multi-billion-dollar business. Apple is a multi-billion-dollar business. Amazon, a multi-billion-dollar business. But they didn't start out with billions. They started out with a couple $100. So that's it. They went public. They understood the finance game, the economic game on Wall Street. And that's how you get rich. Money is not the money that you carry in your pocket. You know what? I can go into a bank with a piece of paper and write $1 billion on it, right? They're going to laugh me up out of there and probably call the police and I'll be arrested. But if I go in there with stocks of IBM, that carries weight because we know that IBM stock has value. It's a piece of paper with words on it. And if I have 1,000 shares of IBM, I think IBM might be going for about $100 a share now, whatever it is. That's $100,000. So I can literally take that into a bank and do what I want to do with it and get a loan on it or whatever the case may be. So stocks, commodities, futures, options, you name it, all portend to be money. Outside of diamonds, outside of gold, outside of silver, outside of any other precious metals, can be accepted as cash, as money. Okay, so rock bottom has built way more champions than privilege. Ain't that the truth? We're coming up on an hour, about 53 minutes that I've been doing it so far. We're going to finish it up, don't worry, because I truly wanted to do this today. Even though this is a pre-recording, it's going to be uploaded rather quickly and soon. Wow, this is happening again. Okay, we'll fix that and we'll move it right on over. Einstein. The thing about smart motherfuckers is they sound like crazy motherfuckers to dumb motherfuckers. Like I was trying to say, why are you being bothered and being surrounded by fools? That's only make you a bigger fool. And so this meme is apt to the occasion. The thing about smart motherfuckers is they sound like crazy motherfuckers to dumb motherfuckers. Don't surround yourself with stupid people, period. Real simple. Now I'm gonna move this over. Now this young lady really bespeaks what I'm talking about. Now there are some people who are born, I mean, with extraordinary talent, extraordinary intelligence. I remember reading about this young man. He's at the University of Oxford studying astrophysics or something like that. Do you know how old this young man is? 6 years old when he went. Now I don't know how old he is now, but it was some years ago that I first saw that on Facebook. So the guy got to be has a doctorate in astrophysics by now. But that is just absolutely incredible, man. How intelligent a person can be at a young age. Hell, at 6 years old, I think I was kind of like chasing after a little girl. My mind was not on math or at all. I was just going to school. I think if you're 6 years old, I think you're in first grade, second grade. I don't know what it is, but whatever. My mind wasn't on that, not at all. But this young lady, she's 18 from Florida, Gabrielle Turnquest, and she is the youngest person in the world to pass the UK bar exam. Like I said, guys, when you are doing what you love to do, it is not going to be like work. You're going to get up and you're going to be fired, on fire, and you're going to be able to really focus in on what you want to do in your life, what type of impact that you want to have. And there are some incredible people out here, young people who are doing it, man. I mean, I seen one young man. He came up with a PAP smear or a PAP test for women that determined whether or not they had cancer. They didn't have to go through that embarrassing thing, and it's 100% correct. Okay, well, this is getting kind of ridiculous, but we're coming to the end part of this anyway. So please excuse me trying to rearrange this stuff. It says success isn't about how much money you make. It's about the difference you're making in people's lives. Let me read that again. Success isn't about how much money you make. It's about the difference you make in people's lives. And this is what this show is about. And this is First Lady Michelle Obama saying this, and she just sold 10 million books of her book on becoming or something like that, whatever the title is. A great book. Hopefully I can have her on the show and just go at it. But making a difference in people's lives, even if you make a lot of money, money is not the end of it all, because you can't take it with you. How much of an impact are you willing to make with the amount of money that you're going to make after you get rich? And what impact can you have on people? I mean, offering scholarship, building schools, building better homes. Even Akon, as much money as he has, he doesn't have to do what he did in Africa. And I salute the guy, bringing light to the continent, and just amazing, amazing guy. And I'm looking forward to speaking with him as well. Okay, well, I'm gonna move this over. Now, no matter what you think about The Rock, I like the guy. I mean, at one point he had only $7 in his pocket, and that's the reason why he calls his production company his $7 production or something like that. And you can Google him. He's a well-known figure. But if you're listening, you might hear a church bell. But we're gonna go forward and keep on talking here because we're about through. But in this particular quote, I think he said it. He said, "People will quit on you. You gotta get up every day and make sure you never quit on yourself. You never give in, you never give up, and you never give out on your dreams. Because a lot of people, they're gonna look at you and say, that's not possible. Impossible, you guys, only exists in the dictionary of fools. Period. Impossible only exists in the dictionary of fools. Impossible only exists in the dictionary of fools. You can't get tricked by fools and telling you can't make it because they believe that they can't make it. You can't allow that cancer to eat you up and deny you your dreams and your goals because some other idiot is telling you can't make it. And sometimes you just have to, you know, flip the bird and say, fuck you. And I'm out of here. I'm not going to allow my peace to be destroyed by your ignorance, by your stupidity, by your callousness, and perhaps even by your jealousy, because a lot of people are jealous, and that's one of the seven deadly sins: greed, gluttony, sloth, envy, pride, wrath, and lust. You cannot allow those seven children of doubt to, anchor you down, weigh you down, and kill your dreams. So, salute to The Rock if you said that. People will quit on you. You got to get up every day and make sure you never quit on yourself. Powerful. Now, this is a preacher that I like. He preaches wealth. He preaches economic viability, and there's nothing wrong with that, and I like that. But don't allow money to be the end of it all. It's not. It's just the beginning. It allows you to lubricate your dreams into existence, and to help other people lives improve. And that's the whole point of uh, um, what do you call those people? Venture capitalists. They got a lot of money, and venture capitalism is how America got over and looking for opportunities to invest in. Venture capitalists. Money is God in action. Money is God in action. Don't ever forget that. All right, we're going to move this one over. Now, this is what I was saying. This is, I'm sorry. This is, I'm going to kind of scoot on over here. This is our ancestors speaking to us. This is our ancestors speaking to us. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Whosoever shall know himself shall find it. And let me kind of like put this a little bit smaller. Okay. The kingdom of heaven is within you, and whosoever shall know himself shall find it. And that's true. The God is not outside of you. He, she exists in you. And you need to understand and recognize that and know that and believe it. Believing and knowing is your faith. That you are God. You are a God walking upon the earth. Everything that is happening on this earth, good and or bad, is because of other people's actions, negative action or positive action. And as a people, and I think, this is just my general opinion, I think that overall, people are good people. But we must stand up and we must fight because there's always this war going on, the war between good and evil. Are you hearing me? Offset and ISIS are always battling. And this is one of the things that our ancestors spoke about. The kingdom of heaven is within you, and whosoever shall know himself or herself or themselves shall find it. Really simple. Now, these young ladies, let me move this over. They have a lot going for them. They were twins. They were born with two heads and one body and one vaginal, organ and the whole nine. And they learned to cooperate and really make a difference in their lives. And I salute them, and hopefully, perhaps I can have them on the show as well. But under the circumstances of having two heads with one shoulder and one body, now that's a challenge. So salute to them, and I pray that they keep moving forward, and no matter what they look like. All right, we're gonna have to move this one over too. What the heck is going on? Uh, all right. Well, in life you have where you're chasing after money, you're chasing after your dreams, and at the end of life, you can't take that shit with you. That's not the sad part about it. It's what you can do with the money that you got and the wisdom that you collected over those years to pass it down so other people can get to that money, get to those dreams, get to those goals a lot sooner if they apply what you've done. So, in looking at Abe Vigoda, I don't know if you know this guy, but he played a very large role in The Godfather. And he was a very famous actor, but his acting life didn't take off until he was like in his 60s. Can you imagine? In your 60s? Abe Vigoda. Abevigoda. So I don't know if this guy's still living or not. I mean, you can probably Google him. Abe Vigoda. It really, I don't know how great of a guy he was. Personally, I never knew him. But a great actor, though, you know. All right. I'm not going to move this one over because it's above my head right now. It says, if there are no ups and downs in your life, it means you are dead. And that is true. I mean, if you don't have anything going on, ups and downs, ins and outs, bads and goods, then that means you're dead. You're not doing anything. Um, and in life, you're going to have your ups and downs. That's just a part of life. And when you have your downs, you go through that fire, and once you come out of it, you should be stronger, really. It's just like having a cold or a flu. After the flu, you're not going to get that bug anymore. You know what I mean? Even though viruses do change, you're not going to get that particular virus anymore. So stay with it, stay positive, and knowing that you can overcome because you will overcome because your will strive and overcome it all. Now this one I like. I'm not going to move this one over too. It says, believe in yourself. Here you got a kitten who's looking into the puddle of water and is seeing something greater than himself. And that's what you must see. Uh, Really simple. If you really want to succeed in life, then you have to see something greater than you. Because everything starts out small. I mean, an acorn tree, or oak tree, I'm sorry, started out as a simple seed, really small, and it grew into a mighty oak tree. So you have to make sure that you are planting your seeds of greatness in the proper soil of life. Uh, to be honest, let me tell you about a little story. This is a story of a man who had seeds in his pocket, and he was walking down the street, and some seeds fell on the concrete and didn't flourish or sprout up. Other seeds fell into the cracks and grew a little bit, and the seeds that fell into the fertile soil, well, they grew into a mighty oak tree. Simple story. Believe in yourself. Simple. Now, I know I did this before. This is so pertinent because it bespeaks exactly what I've been trying to say all along. It doesn't matter how old you are. Your greatness is you. You can be the 6-year-old going to Oxford University in England, or you can be this 18-year-old, or you can be the 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old, 60-year-old, 70-year-old, 80-year-old person. As long as you're believing in you and manifesting your dreams into reality, is all that counts. Okay, we're gonna move this one over too. All right. Failures are part of life. If you don't fail, you don't learn. If you don't learn, you'll never change and you will never grow. And I can add that part to it. So failing, don't think that because you failed doesn't mean you'll never succeed. You have to go back to the beginning, go back to the table of your objective, look at what you did wrong, fix all of that, and try again. Try again. Don't give up. Don't give out, and don't give in. Period. This is your life. This is your life story. All right, this is the last one. We're a little bit over an hour and 10 minutes, going on an hour and 15, and a few more minutes. But this is the last one. Well, let me move this one over too. It says, learn to appreciate what you have before time makes you appreciate what you had. Learn to appreciate what you have before time makes you appreciate what you had. I'm gonna let that sit there for a few seconds, and you can read it and you can kind of like absorb it because it's so powerful yet simple. Because life is not complicated, you guys. It's simple. You're gonna live and you're gonna learn. I mean, you're gonna live and you're gonna die. You were born and and there's a death day waiting on you. Nobody knows what that day is. But that's not the hard part. That's not the difficult part. That's not the sad part. The sad part is allowing things to die in you. And that's the worst death of it all. And to be able to move forward, to be able to stay focused, to be able to stay out of trouble, make good choices, and stay focused on your goals and your dreams is what it's all about. Learn to appreciate what you have before time makes you appreciate what you had. That could be a good wife, a good house, the money that you have, whatever, a good job, whatever the case may be. But that's a wrap. So we're going to come to a close, and I really want you to be able to, from this video, to know that you are more than what you are right now, that you are the chosen people of God, that you are the children of the Most High, and that you can make it. You must understand that the power is within you, not outside of you. That you can make it, that you can make it, that you can make it. But will you make it depends on the amount of faith that you have to make it. And the elements of faith is believing and knowing. Believing and knowing, because when you believe and know, your will is rock solid. I haven't ridden a bike in 100 years, but I know if I see a bike and I get on it, I might wobble for a second or two, but after that, I'm off and running. You can't tell me I can't ride a bike. I'll never ride a bike. Or I forgot how to ride a bike. I know how to ride a bike because I believe I can ride a bike. I can ride a bike. I believe I can ride a bike because I know I can ride a bike. Faith, my will to overcome any doubt, is already in motion. Faith without work is dead, and I know I can tie my shoes. There's no ounce of doubt that's going to surface within my brain that's going to scare me into thinking that I can't tie my shoes. Baby, bye. I can tie my shoes. I can ride a bike. I can go from my house to the store. I know how to get there. No. I know how to get there. Knowing is the greater part of it, and believing is the other part. That gives me faith to know, and the willpower to get up and take action and manifest it into reality, to know that I can go to the store and do what I got to do and come on back. Period. You guys, do you get any of this, what I'm saying? Simple. Life is so beautiful, man. I know, a lot of you might be going through a hell of a lot, and more than what I've, gone through to get to where I am at, and to be at peace and to have peace of mind, of soul, and of heart. And I want you to be able to feel that, you know what I mean? I want you to be able to know that you are more than what you are right now. Even if you have succeeded, you owe a debt to pay it forward. And with all of that being said, and I can hear my little boy getting up right about now, that you can make it, that there's no possibility that you cannot. And with that being said, we're going to close it out with a little intro or outro. Oh, and also check out the White Man's Burden blog, the whitemansburden.blog. And like I said, uh, we're going to be here streaming live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to really kick it off on Mondays, Inspiration Monday. And through Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we discussing political, economic, social, and spiritual issues. And on Friday, Freak Out Friday, baby. We're just going to be laughing our asses off about dumb people doing dumb shit. Even, maymays. Now, if you have a maymay that you want to be featured on here, send them to me. And I got all of my information on the channel, the email, the telephone number, to call me and just talk it out. You can do that. I'm very accessible. And also go to my Facebook page, Isaiah Israel, and I believe that link is there as well. So with all that being said, let's kick it out and pay attention to the blog and check out the blog. But we're going to get on out of here, and I think I done said my piece, and hopefully we can upload this episode of the WMB show, Living a Positive Life. And so with all of that being said, we're going to go to our outro, and we'll see you on Monday at 8 p.m. sharp at Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. And we're looking forward to seeing you. And here goes the outro. Now, if it buffers, I've been trying to correct it and find out what the heck is going on. But if it buffers, then I'm going to play it again. But until then, until Monday, peace and great things. And just believe in yourself. All right, see you Monday, and peace and good things, and stay positive.